Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This is Puneet Khatri and today we are going to talk about a very crucial and important topic that's going to affect all of the small business owners or e-com store owners across the world. Yes, I think you might have understood so far. I'm going to talk to you about Facebook. So lately, Facebook has been in the spotlight for various different reasons and topics, but well, today we are going to cover one important element that has been affecting all the small business owners that are present on its platform. That's Facebook. So far, you would have also heard about iOS 14.5 updates and its changes which are being rolled out by Apple, because of which Facebook's advertising platform, one of the major sources of income for Facebook, which also helps a lot of advertisers across the world, a lot of small business owners across the world to survive, to sustain and scale their businesses as well. So well, what exactly happened and what was the issue that caused Facebook to change a lot of things and come up with something that's also known as conversion API system? So before I dive deeper into the topic, let me just quickly talk to you about briefly what conversion API is. After Apple rolled out the iOS 14.5 changes and its updates, Facebook was no longer able to track the user activities. So what was happening earlier is that Facebook used to collect data from the user's user behavior. So I mean, like, if I am the user, I'm coming onto your portal or like maybe your e-com store, then Facebook is going to use its tool called Pixel to track my activity from my own device. That's how Facebook was tracking the information and sending it back to your ads manager so that you know which ads are working, which ads are not working. But right now what Apple has done is that it has put a restriction under its privacy policies in iOS 14.5 in later versions of iOS, that the applications cannot track the information of the user without their consent. So earlier, when you used to download applications on your iPhone, that's like Facebook, Instagram or any other application, you would never have seen this kind of pop-up that says, do you want to allow this application to track your user information or your data? And well, you need to select whether you want to share that information or you do not want to share that information. But right now you get these kind of options, and that's because of the Apple's iOS 14.5 and later iOS privacy policy changes. So what's happening after these changes have been rolled out is that Facebook is unable to track the user data because a lot of people, or I would say majority of these iPhone users, are opting out of it. And overall, if you see the I would say total mobile users, and if you compare that data between Android and iOS, you would see that the major chunk is using iOS devices, which is why this policy update from Apple is going to be a game changer for Facebook, because Facebook was into selling the data, and that is kind of looks like it's into trouble right now because Apple is planning to enter this business. So as I told you earlier, the major source of revenue for Facebook comes from these ads that other small businesses and big corporates are running on its platform. But now if it is not capable of providing the data for those ads, obviously people won't be able to run those ads. You won't be able to scale the ads because you don't know which ads are performing, which ads are not performing. So which is exactly why Facebook came up with another solution that's like, wait, let me explain you a different bit of it, and let me explain it in a different way. So as earlier, Facebook was using Pixel to track users' data from users' device and behavior. So if I'm the user, from my device, the Pixel is going to track my behavior and send it to Facebook server, and that's when it's going to come back into Ads Manager and pop up and populate all of that data. But now when all of this is happening, the copy of this data also goes on to your server, which means that, let's say for example, I'm using a funnel that's built on Clickfunnels, and I am going to run ads and send traffic to that funnel and convert or sell something. Well, all of that data is also going to be on Clickfunnels server. If I'm not able to get that data from the user, I can get it from Clickfunnels, right? Because Clickfunnels server has all of that data. So now what Conversion API does is that it's going to take all of that data from Clickfunnels server and then alter it, modify it and populate it accordingly in your ads manager. So Facebook is trying to turn around things by still collecting all of that data, but not from the main source that it was having earlier, because obviously if I am tracking a user, I get the best data at the right time. But if I'm not tracking the user, the other alternative way that Facebook has is only to get it from the other server. So now if you want to go ahead and set up conversion APIs, what Facebook is going to do, as I just explained to you, is get all of that data from your server and then populate in Ads Manager. But for Facebook to do this, there are few other restrictions that Facebook has also put up, because obviously it's not able to track all that kind of data that you were able to track earlier. So Facebook has also put a limit on the conversion tracking that you could do. So now you cannot have unlimited events that you can track. Per domain, there are only 8 events that you can track. So now there are 2 important steps that you need to take care of even after setting up conversion API, because that's not going to work if you do not set up these 2 important elements. Number 1 thing is your domain verification. So under Business Manager, you need to verify your domain, that you own the domain and you have the ownership. And how do you do that? There are multiple methods to do it. It's either via adding a meta tag or uploading an HTML file or adding a DNS record in your domain registrar. Well, I personally prefer the DNS option because that's been very easy and very quick for me always. So that's what I prefer. It could be anything else for you because Facebook is offering all of these 3 options. And the second thing that you need to also take care of is optimizing the top 8 events that you want to track from that particular domain, which means that now you're verifying the domain and you are assigning or telling Facebook that these are the 8 events that you need to track or focus on. If you're not tracking anything apart from this, that's all right, but I want information for these 8 events and it's very important for me. So when you do this, Facebook servers are going to fetch this exact data from Clickfunnels server and populate it in Ads Manager so that you could know which ads are performing and which ads are not performing. But hold on, there is one more catch over here. When all of this data is being transferred from Clickfunnels server to your server, you also get to see a relevance score, which means that how accurate is this data is what Facebook is going to tell you. So this is rated out of 10, and you also could see numbers that are very low, such as 3.5 or 4, or could be even lower than that. Because I have personally experienced this in one of the ad accounts that I have been handling. I got a relevance score of somewhere around 4. Which means that only 40% of data out of the 100% data is being tracked accurately and is being populated in my Ads Manager. So if your setup is not done in the right manner, it is possible that your relevance score is low, and there are other important factors as well about it. But well, I wouldn't want to talk in depth about that in this video because that's going to make this video even longer. I want to keep this short so that I can quickly elaborate and explain you guys about what Conversion API is, how does it work, and what was the reason for Facebook to roll out Conversion API. So guys, so far we have spoken about what happened to Facebook, why Pixel doesn't work anymore, and what is Conversion API, and what are the important elements for you to get the setup for Conversion APIs in the right manner. So if you have any other doubts apart from this, do let me know in the comment sections down below. I would be really excited to hear some of your questions in the comment section, and I am very active in answering all of them. So feel free to comment down below. Also, if you think that this video is pretty important and was quite good and helpful for you as well, definitely share it with one of your friends or colleagues or any of your mates that you would want to share this important information with, or who's also into the same field that you want to share this with, so that they could also get the right information about Facebook Conversion APIs and can make the most of the investments that they are making on Facebook advertisement. And before I leave, I would want to request you to please subscribe this channel because that's going to help me to put out such important and valuable content moving forward in the future. So the subscribe button would be down below. Definitely hit the subscribe button and also press the bell notification icon. And that's about it for this video, guys, and I'll catch you guys later in the next one. Peace out.